Hi folks, Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with the latest Hokey video blog. It's Friday morning. I'm in here for Christy this morning on sunrise, so you're seeing me bright and early here with the video blog. Of course, we've got an active pattern coming up over the next few days. A couple things to look at, maybe some rain, some snow as we go throughout the first part of next week. And then there are some question marks even as we go toward the New Year's time frame. Let's break it all down for you real quick. Coming up with the National Satellite and Radar View, you'll see a few little systems up in Canada right now spreading snow to those folks, not really messing too much with the United States except for this portion right here, giving some lake effect snow and otherwise to western New York. We're concerned with two systems, though, that I've highlighted here. This is System 1. This is down here near Brownsville, Texas. You can see some of that enhanced convection down there. System number 2 is up in portions of British Columbia, the Yukon territories, Nunavut, that area in Canada. These are not going to be phasing together, but they will be coming in sequence to give us some interesting weather as we start next week. Let's start with System 1. You can already tell it's got cloud cover rushing onshore from the Gulf of Mexico with this, some return flow, some moisture already piping into that portion of the nation. This is the RPM model, the latest version of it. Area of low pressure develops out here in the Gulf Coast region, eventually moves onshore into Georgia. We get some rainfall out of this, very light rainfall, not a heavy rain event by any stretch of the imagination here. It'll be quick hitting too as we go throughout your late Saturday night into your early Sunday morning. Still some question marks as to how far this precip shield will go. Will it go north of the river? Will it go to southern Indiana? Or will it stay in the Louisville area and southward? At this point, it's been pretty consistent with taking it right along the Ohio River and southward, and I think that's a pretty good bet based on some of the data I've seen. Of course, the NAM model does take it a little south of that even, but we'll see how that pans out just exactly. So this is hitting at a low impact time. You know, folks are probably asleep. It's going to be early Sunday morning as this is hitting. Not a huge deal for us, all right? But as we zoom through time here, you'll notice that rushes off to the east, creates a bit of a storm for the East Coast. Then you see some of these white dots, some flurries, some snow showers possible as we go throughout your early Monday. Let's check out the NAM model on this, just to kind of see what it's doing. So it's got the rain well south of here. You see it buzzing by. And then look, it's got a little bit of a snow band that develops. This is the latest run that just came in. A little bit of a snow band there that develops, some flurries and snow showers, and maybe even some heavier pockets of light snow across Kentuckiana as we go throughout the late part of your Sunday into very early on Monday. We'll be watching this, all right, because this is one of those situations where it won't really catch us off guard per se, but the data won't really suggest potential for more than anything than a dusting. It looks like a dusting right now based on the data, but of course, we might get a little bit more than that. If we get some of these heavier snow showers developing with the cold air that's rushing in, it may try to squeeze out more of that moisture, and we may end up with a little white on the ground as we go throughout your Monday morning. It's hitting at a very high impact time because we're going to have the Monday morning rush. And if we have snow on the ground or snow falling, even if it's not a whole lot, under a half inch, it still cause some problems. We know that full well. We've already had that happen this month. Here's what we have going on in terms of snowfall accumulations from the NAM model. Just a little bit of a coating there, 1/2 of an inch, especially east and south of Louisville. That's to be expected given how the model's performing with the system. GFS model does a very similar thing, just a little bit of snow, up to 1/10 of an inch in most places. So coating, a dusting, that looks pretty likely right now. Some folks might see a little bit more than that if we can squeeze out more moisture from this system. That'll be something to watch over the weekend. Of course, I'll be here tomorrow morning on your Saturday. We'll break down that forecast, and hopefully we'll begin to see a little more agreement on the models when it comes to the system that we could have after New Year's. That's one we'll be talking about down the road just a little bit because there's still a lot of uncertainty with that. If I showed you data now, it would not be really relevant even just a few hours from now because things are still changing so much. So know that there is potential for something that could be brewing after New Year's. Of course, we'll be talking about that as we get closer to time. But for now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Have a great end of your work week.